Hello, so I've got masks to do a little review on, and it's one that had been requested by a lot of people and I've been interested in it for a while, but finally they're starting to turn up at decent prices. It is basically what I believe they call a Mag 9. Now it says Dot Mag. I believe Dot is kind of like one of the sort of, not a brand because that's Zelinksy, but as in, you know, like one of the product lines. Now, Zelinksy Group, I assume that's the same Zelinksy that originally made the Zelinksy Command, or whatever it was called, the World War I Russian mask, so that's got quite a long history if that's the case. So yeah, it's the Mag Respirator. I believe this is actually called the Mag 9, this one. But it just says Dot Mag full face on there, so not loads of info. There's some documents with it that are in Russian that I can't read. So let's take a look at the mask. So this is brand new but slightly old stock. Which means you get them at a very good price. So the mask came in the box with the instructions in this bag, and I've not put it on yet. I just sort of got it out earlier to have a quick look at it. So there we go, this is the mask. So you've got a 5-point adjustable head harness. You've got one of those sort of neck straps by the look of it, but it looks like you might have to tie it because it's not actually tied to begin with, which is helpful, but never mind. But obviously the nice thing of this is a very, very wide panoramic sort of face seal. And yeah, as you can see from like the plastic on that, should give you a very good wide field of view. There we go. Now, the only thing that's slightly annoying of these that I complain about a lot of panoramic masks is why can't more companies decide to put a clear silicone oral nasal cup in there like Scott have been doing with the Pro Mask series, you know, like the M98s and all those. Because when you do that, it means that you get an extra field, you know, your field of view is even better because you're not getting like, you know, a black silhouette near your eyes. But right, anyway, that's enough complaining. There is a sticker at the bottom. Interesting. I think this isn't actually GOST. I think this is a NATO threaded one, because I was going to test that for the video, but notice where it says thread 41x7, and that's the exact same thing that are printed on FP5 filters, although that is the normalised version of a NATO thread, I believe. So what I was going to do is I was going to see, would an FP5 filter fit, and would a NATO filter fit? So let's quickly try it with a good old S6 filter. Yeah, that's screwing in absolutely no problem, so it's definitely 40mm NATO. Let's see now if an FP5 filter fits in, because I'm kind of thinking if they've normalised the thread on this so it fits GOST and NATO filters fine, although in theory if you just did a NATO 40mm screw, GOST filters go into it fine anyway, does that mean other 40mm normalised filters might have issue? Ah, that doesn't either, that screws in absolutely fine. But as you can see, that's RD417 as well, so again that might be the exact same thread pitch. So what I'm going to do now is put this on, and we'll see if the voice diaphragm's any good, if there even is a voice diaphragm, you know, and all that sort of jazz. So here we go. And at some point I'll tie that rear neck strap so it actually serves a purpose rather than just dangling down. Has a similar smell to it as the PMK and GP7s. Some of the straps do up a bit better than others, I don't know particularly why. It's a bit strange. Yeah, that strap doesn't want to do up. Okay. Might be just because it's new and the rubber's sticky. That looks up fine. So let's see if we can now tighten this guy. It doesn't want to tighten. Very strange. Okay. At the moment that's not very good because obviously it's not going to be tight to my face if one of the straps doesn't want to do it. Let's loosen it and redo it and see if that helps. That's a bit annoying. Let's take the mask off and have a look and see if we can diagnose why that's a problem. Yeah, basically one of the straps just does not want to tighten very well. I don't know if it was put in slightly cross, sort of done in the factory. Looks fine. That's very odd. Yeah, he's just sticking. Okay, so let's see, can I just pull him through manually? There we go. Right, this bit of rubber here, slight design flaw in the mask. This kind of rubber tab here, I don't know why that's going to show up on the camera, interferes slightly with the tightening of the straps. So when that's out of the way, not a problem. If that gets in the way, it stops you tightening the straps. So I don't exactly know why that was designed like that. Again, doesn't seem like a brilliant idea, but you can work around it. It's just kind of you think when somebody would have tested the mask, they'd have gone, "Oh, comrade, I know Russians aren't communists anymore, but still, let's use the word comrade. Comrade, the strap does not do it very well because the rubber tab is slightly in the way of strap." Well, yeah, maybe it was that, I don't know. Anyway, now we know what that problem was, let's see if we can get it to tighten up properly. Again, it's fucking awkward, because that fucking bit of rubber gets in the way, and then it won't tighten. Right, that's not done up properly, by the way. No. Problem is, I don't want to pull this too hard and then snap the rubber or something stupid. Yeah, it's just refusing to tighten how they've done that bit of the rubber. I'm assuming it's not fully tight, because if it is, it's going to be far too loose. It's not tightening evenly on both sides of the mask. Let me just see if I can pull this through manually. I think that's starting to go now. But yeah, that's not a good design. Okay, so does it make an airtight seal with this bit being loose? Just about. Alright, that's the good news, is even with that strap being a bit shit, it's still making an airtight seal. But whoever designed that should be ashamed they didn't capture it in quality testing. So, overall, I don't know how good the voice diaphragm is. According to the camera it's alright, but I think it auto-normalises. This gives you a very good field of view. You don't actually notice that black oral nasal cup too much, but again, clear silicone is always better. And yeah, this is a really good feature. It's like what the Spaziani had, where you can actually look down properly even with this on. Because, you know, that's a really good design choice when you have a panoramic lens. Also making this bottom bit clear. So yeah, it's kind of weird. It's a bit like, you know, when you play a first-person shooter game and you can actually see your legs in it because they did a good job, you know, modelling it and everything. It's like that. It's kind of weird with a gas mask if you can look down and see your legs. I don't know why. It's your torso, but you know, it's one of those cool features of panoramic masks that are made today, where they actually put good design into them, except the straps. Right. Let's get this guy off. So the good news is he does actually tighten enough to my face to make an airtight seal. The problem is, the reason I'm complaining is I'm a bit concerned that that's one of those features that's going to really hurt the mask in the long run. You know, because again, that's the exact problem, is this little bit of rubber here definitely gets in the way. Now, I don't want to damage the mask, but what I could do, and it's actually quite thick, is trim that back, but that's going to be difficult. It's basically where that bit of rubber keeps wanting to get in the way of the strap mechanism. Anyway, let's just fully tighten up all the straps and see. I'm not going to obviously put it on with all the straps tightened, I just want to see do they all go properly. But yeah, it's happening with some of these other ones where I'm tightening it, but then this rubber bit is getting in the way of the actual mask. Yes, it does it with all the straps. That's such a bizarre design choice. Surely they must have caught that in, you know, the testing phase. But yeah, where these look, you can see actually what it's doing there. It's buckling in the way, so it needs to sit flat, but it doesn't. So when it sits flat, they move alright, but they tend to want to buckle in on themselves. Very, very strange design choice. I do not know why they did that. They probably didn't even realise they did that during design, but there you go. But yeah, so that's what the mask looks like. As said, it's very good other than the slightly dodgy straps. Now, of course, this is going to be asked, would this be suitable for coronavirus, nCoV-19, COVID-19, SARS-2, whatever name you want to call it? Yes, with the correct type of filters on it. If we're going on the, you know, scare thing that it might be fully airborne now, go for an A2 minimum P3 filter, I'd say, just for complete peace of mind. If it's just normal, like waterborne, coughborne, go for just a standard P3 filter. If you get any kind of NBC style, you know, combination filter, that will be fine. I'm just a bit annoyed with this, that the straps are so weird, because it's such a good mask other than that, it seems. But let's try it one more time. Let's very gently pull the straps. Right, that's done it fine that time. Now let's do the right side. Right, good, that's gone fine. Right, I think this time we may have succeeded in tightening the strap properly. There we go, so maybe it's just because the mask is new, the rubber's a bit, you know, not wanting to go in the way it should go, or it's been stored in a box for a while. Again, this is folding in on itself, which isn't great. Let's see if I can manually adjust that. Yeah, there we go, and then the straps adjust better. Yeah, it's just one of those weird design choices that they didn't think about in the version during the R&D phase of don't put a bit of rubber that bends one way next to something that has to go the other way. Yeah, so that is tight enough. Makes an airtight seal. As I said, very good field of view. Basically, you almost don't notice you've got the mask on with how good this field of view is. Yeah, this is actually kind of amazing, because this is one of the best panoramic masks I've used in terms of field of view. Especially because, as you can see, the inner face seal is closing in well enough that that's not interrupting my vision at all. This is pretty much on par with the Spaziani, other than the fact the Spaziani has far better straps. But yeah, this is a good mask, other than the bizarre strap choices. That seems fairly solid. Right, before I end the video, what I just want to see again, yeah. What I was going to say is, it's a shame the inner face seal on the PMK series isn't like this, because if they were, it'd be a lot better. Also, the straps, as much as I'm complaining about them, are better than the other Russian straps of you basically have to take the mask off to slowly adjust them. Right, can we find a production date? Ooh, is that 19? It's 19 there. Now, if that was made in 2019, this is newer than I thought. Because generally of masks at this price, it's because they're basically new old stock, where they're out of like the 5 or 10 years shelf life the mask is recommended for. So they then sell them cheap because industries won't want to buy them anymore. But if that is actually 2019 manufacture, there's a bit that says 1999 on there, but I'm not sure if that's just going on about stuff. It also says 019 2011. Well, I'm sure there's not 19 months in a year, but that could just be saying it's coming up to a standard standard 19 of 2011 on that label. Unsure about that, but regardless, I'm very impressed with this. As I said, other than the slightly dodgy straps, but that can be compensated for. But the panoramic lens on this is absolutely excellent. But yeah, I was just trying to see if I could find some more rubber stamps on this, because you know, I'd really love to know exactly what year this is from, because of how good the mask is for the price. So I got this on amazon.co.uk, because people are going to ask, and it was about £40, although it was quite a long postage period, because I think they actually did post it from Russia. But yeah, there you go. So that is the mag, what I think they call the Mag 9, although on the box it just literally says the Zelinksy, you know, dot mag or whatever. And yes, it is a good mask. Other than the straps, I can't find many faults with it. And yes, for all the people just desperately wanting any sort of mask whatsoever for coronavirus type stuff, this would be more than suitable. And as I said, the good thing with panoramic masks is they look a lot less creepy to other people, as well as all the benefits to, you know, your field of view and that, because people can see a lot more of your face, so it's not like two little eye holes of eyes looking out of them. So yeah, there you go. The Dot Mag, yeah, I definitely recommend it. I don't think there's a manufacture date is there on here either. It's saying about storage stuff, but no, I can't see anything about when they produced it, other than it's manufactured by JSC Sorbent in Russia, distributed by a Greek company. All face mask filter not included is the only information it says on the side. But yeah, so I can't see a date on it. It says, warning, do not disassemble the mask, even though they give you disassembly instructions in the manual in there. So, there you go. But yes, I would say this is a good mask. I'm afraid I can't give you a definitive date of when this one was made. But yeah, for the price, bloody excellent. Just, I wish they'd thought a bit more about the straps.